we had the opportunity to sign eight high school players today. Really excited about them, and fit a lot of the needs that we had. We kind of identified the numbers that we wanted to take at certain positions. We'll probably sign 2 to 3 more high school guys in the February signing class, but we identified these 8 guys. They hung in there with us. Our coaches did a tremendous job of recruiting them, building the relationships the best you can. This was a strange year. I feel for a lot of the 2021 players that are coming out. They didn't get all the opportunities that they should have gotten as far as official visits, unofficial visits, getting to know coaches, home visits from coaches. It was strange. It was a strange year. And it's strange because, out of these 8 guys, I haven't personally been in their homes, had them on campus, or really even met them and shook their hands. Everything was done via Zoom, telephone calls, those types of things. So it was strange, but proud of this class so far. It's the start of our 2021 signing class. Again, we'll have 2 to 3 more high school players in February that'll be added. And our coaches did a tremendous job, and it was hard. And again, I know it was very hard on all the student athletes that were signing in the 2021 class.
Russ, John O'Connor.
I'll go down. Obviously, we took in the early signing period, we took 8 offensive players, and right now 2 defensive players. The other high school guys that we sign in February will be defensive players, and hopefully that'll give us 6 on offense and probably 5 on defense, which is probably about what we expected coming into it. There were certain positions we just didn't recruit to. Tight end, running back. We weren't going to sign anybody at those positions. Linebacker was another one. We weren't going to sign anybody at that position. But we felt like we had to get some offensive linemen, some high school offensive linemen. Feel real good about what we have coming back, but we're going to have 3 6-year seniors on the roster. And so we felt like we had to sign high school prospects at that position. We wanted to take a quarterback again. That puts us probably over our number, but again, we will probably obviously we'll be losing Joe after the fall. Hopefully we can get Bo back for a 6th year. And you can never probably have too many quarterbacks. And then the 2 wideouts we took are explosive players, both from North Carolina, really, really good players that we identified, and they can really run. On the defensive side, we got 1 defensive lineman, 1 DB, and I'll go over them individually with any questions that you have on any of these guys. But again, great group of guys, student athletes, and our coaches did a great job recruiting.
Coach Huesman, John O'Connor here from the Richmond Times-Dispatch. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Hey, would this reduced incoming class be continued over the next 3 years, as everybody who's involved with this team has an extra year? So would you presume that you'll have 6th-year seniors for the next 3 years, and therefore a slimmed down recruiting class?
Yeah, it could last another year for sure into 22, but after that, I don't know. We've kind of, John Schroff, my recruiting coordinator, and I have kind of penciled out what 2022 is going to look like based on what we feel like we'll have the ability to bring back for their 6th year if they opt to do that. So, yeah, it could be, it could be a couple years where there are smaller signing classes for us.
Thank you so much. And are some of these guys still to play their senior years? Do they have spring seasons upcoming?
Yeah, Kyle Wickersham in Louisiana, he played his season, and they were really good, and he had a great year for them. Gabe is in Louisiana, and he played. Now in North Carolina, obviously Carson Stoklinski is still playing. I think they're in the semifinals in Georgia, so they're playing this fall. But the North Carolina guys, all four of those guys, will be playing in the spring, and I think they want to play their spring season. So, yeah, they'll be, and then obviously Keith Govea will be playing a spring season in Virginia. So, yes, we will see a lot of our guys playing this spring.
Thank you.
Natalie can't ask a question, so she sent it via chat, so I'll ask it to you.
Got it.
She said, how do you evaluate players when you can't have in-person contact? Since you're doing everything over Zoom, how are you able to evaluate players?
Hi, Natalie. How you doing? Good to see you. Your picture's up on the screen anyway, and Matt's alongside it too. But, it's hard. I think you can the big thing is for us at our level is camps and having them at camp to make those decisions. We couldn't have that. We couldn't do that. So it was all based on junior film as we made decisions. And, we had to trust that the sizes we were getting from the coaches, some of these guys, like, for example, Bryson Parker, we recruited Malik Mustafa from his high school. And Coach Wes and I were watching them practice for their state championship in Malik's senior year. So we got a chance to see Bryson at that point in time while he was practicing and we identified him as one we would recruit the next year, which was a really good thing for us. Excellent player. But, the rest of them, you got to trust the high school coaches and what they say, height and weight. They put a lot of things on Twitter, kind of showing what they look like, next to other people, the speed aspect of it. You look for track times, and some of our guys are track guys that have documented times. But I'd say the majority of these guys came from very successful high school programs, places where we really trust the coaches but the other thing too is a lot of these guys actually came on campus on their own. They made that decision to come look at our beautiful campus here at Richmond. Obviously we could not spend any time with them whatsoever or communicate with them while they were here on campus, but a lot of them showed up. Matter of fact, Carson Stoklinski showed up last Saturday. Him and his uncle flew in and walked around campus and, saw the city of Richmond. And, he committed to us last night and we signed him today. So it's hard. You're taking chances. But in the same token, these guys are taking chances on us. I mean, they didn't have the ability, to have the coaches in their home to get to know them, me in their home to get to know them to come either to camp or on campus on official visits. Everything was via Zoom. Now we tried to get our current players, we actually on December 6th had a, kind of like an official visit via Zoom, with some of our players and having a player panel and our coaches, talking X's and O's and those things with the players and their parents. But, they're taking a flyer on us. But, the one thing is the University of Richmond sells itself, the academic component, the beautiful campus, the people that are here, our administration. And, at this point in time, probably the guys that signed with us, signed because of the University of Richmond and probably not because of me or potentially their position coach, whatever it is. But it was hard. And that was a long answer. I hope I answered your question, Natalie.
She said thank you. I think that's it for questions, Coach.
Okay. Appreciate it. Hey, Bob, how you doing? See you, Natalie.